Jesus. Sunderland 0, Manchester United 0. And that is 95 minutes that I'm never going to get back in my life. That performance was absolutely abysmal. Shocking. There's no dressing it up. There's no hiding away from it. Now, I'm not going to lose my head over it, but I'm going to call it out for what it was. We got to be completely honest. Every player out there today was extremely below par, bro. The fact that we got out of there with a point is a robbery. Is a daylight robbery at 3 p.m. Do you know what I'm saying? The 3 p.m. blackout is there for a reason. It's there for games like today. Because that should never have been televised. And it was rightly so put at 3 p.m. Sunderland fans are probably leaving that stadium perplexed, don't understand how they haven't won. We nearly snatched it at the end, actually. One shot on target, bro. One shot on target in 94, 95 minutes. It was a real stink fest, bro. And that is a little bit of a peek behind the curtain of what happens when you have to use the squad that is currently there. You know, if you've got injuries and you have to mix things up, 5 changes Michael Carrick made, you're in trouble, bro. You are in trouble. And it showed. I mean, you could argue 4 changes because Leach normally plays, so you can't have him as a downgrade, I suppose. But I did want Aiden Heaven to play for what it's worth. But that was a stark reminder, of like Ugarte's leaving, Casemiro's leaving, so that left Kobe on his Todd. That's what we have. It shows how dead the team is. But before I carry on with that, as you can see, bottom left-hand corner, right there, scan me. That is my avatar. That is my little caricature character at FlexUTD on the Fanalysis app. If you don't know what the Fanalysis app is, I don't know where you've been actually all this time, but I'm going to let you know a little bit about it. It is the one-stop shop for all of your footballing needs. It has absolutely everything on there, from previewing the games, reviewing the games, community posts, and the bit that I love about it most are the player ratings. It has a fantastic player ratings section where you rate the players after the game out of 100, and I'm going to do 3 of them in here, which is going to be very, very easy. Not only can you rate the players, you can rate the manager, which Carrick didn't get a performance out of the team today, and you can rate the refs. And Stuart Atwell today was an absolute disgrace. The amount of cards that weren't given to Man United that weren't given to Sunderland were an absolute disgrace. So you can rate all of those factors on the Fanalysis app. It's a safe place for all your like-minded football fans as well, because what you can do is make sure you're in your club-specific channel. So all us Man United fans, we're all in one place. There's no beady little-eyed Arsenal fans in there, Liverpool haters, able to join the community and have their say and get mixed up in the chat. No. But what you can also do, though, even though you join your own communities and stay in your respective lanes, you can, though, see the information and the stats for all the other teams as well. Another big thing I love about Fanalysis as well is that not only are we heard within the app amongst fans around the world for people who are engaging in the app, they are also taking and extracting information from the app, all of what we say, all of our biggest takes, our biggest opinions, and our biggest say-sos, and posing them and putting them in front of the professionals. Yeah, the big pundits. It's on Sky News. It's on Sky Sports. You're going to put our big opinions in front of people like Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher. You know, I've seen Wayne Rooney, all part of this app. So it's a fantastic place to be. We're doing some great things with Fanalysis. We have been doing for this last part of the season, and we're going to be doing some more stuff next season. So scan the QR code right there. You can see it there. It says scan me. Get involved. Make sure you're following me on there as well, and get involved in the app as well, okay? Don't say we don't share the love. Of course, as you know, the video is always sponsored by Oxford Natural as well. Back to the game. The player ratings, I tell you right now, out of 100, I'm going to give Joshua Zirkzee a 5 out of a 10 out of 100. I'm going to give Senny Lamons a 75 out of 100 because he kept us in the game. And I'm going to give... Who else just played poorly? Ahmad. Ahmad was terrible. He can get a 10 out of 100. And Stuart Atwell, the referee, the lack of cards to Sunderland, he can get a big fat 1 out of 100. Absolutely shocking. But back to the analysis of the game. Listen, it's nothing to lose our heads about. I don't think we should be, getting angry and going crazy and this, that and the other. It did have the vibe of an end of season game. You know, both teams not really playing for anything. Obviously, we want to cement third, but you know, you look at what happened Liverpool-Chelsea earlier, they drew, and it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So it had that feel to it, but I'm not going to lose my shit over it, but also it is that massive reminder that INEOS, bro, you got a massive job to do. Because Michael Carrick today couldn't play the team that he wanted to. Seshko was injured, Casemiro was injured, Dallo, it looked like he just chose to not play him, and Martinez came back in. But there was Mason Mount hasn't played in ages, Xerxes hasn't played in ages, and it showed. Mazraoui did okay 1v1 defensively, but isn't going to give you anything going forward. We're just completely void. Today we had no midfield, bro. It was Kobe on his own on an island, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We got outrun, we got outfought. Like I said, no shot on target right until the 93rd minute, 94th minute from Cunha. No quality. Bruno, no quality. Everyone. Cunha diving at the end, that shows how desperate it was. So we just, honestly, they hit the post. Lammens made 2 good saves. We should have lost the game, bro. We're very, very lucky today. Sunderland stuck it on us. And to be fair to them, they're coming off the back of a 5-0 loss at home in the last game against Forest. You know what I mean? They got pumped 5-0. And they played like it. Do you know what I mean? I would say they definitely played like it. But what I would say is that, let's be honest, that is what happens when, you look at the squad and you have to look past the starting lineup. That's what happens, bro. We're not cut out for it. We're not. We had some real laughable options, and it's just another reminder to me that if you peel back the plaster of our squad, it's got massive gaping holes in it, bro. And this is why I'm not even going to do the Carrick thing now, but this is why I'm hooked up on recruitment, bro. Recruitment. Like, we have to get this shit right, bro, because the team is a total... I'm not going to say... Well, no, it is. Past the starting 11, it's a total mess. It is. It's got no depth. The quality is very limited. And the options and variety is very limited. So that's why my thing is, INEOS, do your jobs, bro. Just give Carrick the job and just go and recruit like hell. They need to prove it to us. They need a massive summer, bro. We want to be competing on multiple fronts next year and be a much better team. We've done so well under Carrick, but it's going to mean nothing if we go sleepwalking into next season with lack of options like that. You should be able to have a couple of injuries and the team not look that bad. So look, I don't want to go over the top because we've been largely good in terms of results. I'm not going to go into the performance thing under Carrick. I ain't got time for that because you lot are just going to start crying in the comments to people who, hate Carrick and this, that and the other. I'm not getting into that. But everyone can agree that the results have been good, hence why we're third in the league. You're not going to win all the games. And actually, we didn't lose today. We're very fortunate not to lose today. We deserved to lose today. We should have lost today, but we didn't. But me, I'm on the necks of INEOS, bro. INEOS, get us players. That is it, bro. That is it. Smash a like on the video, bro. It is what it is. Go back to enjoying your weekend. You know what I mean? 3 p.m. We didn't lose. We didn't really need to watch the game. Nothing really much to talk about. But we should have lost. I'm out of here. Peace.